And we're going.
All right, here we go. Episode 5 of The Barn is Burning. We're going to start today's show off a little differently. We've been having some flashback memories to the good old days, the Xbox 360 days.
The fun days. Back when life was simple.
Life was simple. You had NCAA 14. And we've been playing for, 5 days now maybe?
Oh, yeah.
And Dalton and I live together, and we've been playing nonstop. Bryce has come over and played. Jacob hasn't been in town, so he hasn't played yet. But AJ's come over, and he's played. But last night we reached an all-time low and a sad point of this feature. And what happened was a ball got dropped by Dalton's receiver, which was like probably the 10th time in the last 2 days it's happened.
My guy's got stones for hands.
And all of a sudden, next to me, I see controller getting raised up and controller hitting the ground.
What else are you going to do but Gronk spike it? It was 4th down. We're at a 2-minute drill trying to win the game.
And then Dalton goes and grabs it. And he looks at me. And I saw the look in his eye and said, "Controller dead?" And he said, "Controller dead."
The cable's dead. The controller can still be revived. But the summary of the events is that I ruined our fun.
Till Wednesday, hopefully. But for that, we shall all take a moment of silence.
Thank you, controller.
Miss you, controller. All right, next on to the real deal here. Baker freaking Mayfield.
Good on him.
What a story that was.
No.
That was.
I didn't want him on my team, but you love seeing that.
You do. And
I
it's
feel like everyone likes Baker Mayfield, and we're all okay with him.
Yeah.
Him winning a football game.
Yeah, I love Baker Mayfield, so that was pretty fun to see.
Also, how do you do that? Having the playbook for a day and a half.
48 hours, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, and like you can
Some
already.
of us can't even study for tests in that time, let alone
Yeah, and you can already
run an
tell
NFL
like
offense.
in the post game in the locker room in the post game, Sean McVay gives them the game ball as they should, but you could tell it's all those guys rallying around.
Well,
Baker
yeah, I mean,
already.
who's got a better locker room personality, Baker Mayfield or John Wolford?
You never know.
Who's gonna rally the troops?
It's a fair point, and that was just fun to see. Good for Baker.
Are you typing an essay over there?
No, we're good. We're good.
Good for
Dude's doing
Baker. I
homework.
don't know if they're not gonna do anything going forward, obviously. Hopefully win a few more games, but good for Baker.
Hopefully, they play the Seahawks again. Hopefully, beat the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Actually, Niners clinch on Thursday. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit
we're
here.
gonna get to that. Don't you worry. In the 94s.
Dude, go back to your essay.
Yeah, Bryce is gonna get kicked out of the room here soon.
Also, I just noticed that it's saying the date in the bottom right corner. No clue why that's happening, but it's there.
At least they know when we're filming.
Yeah.
Speaking, and then like going into another game that was just awesome this weekend was the Sac State Incarnate Word game, and that was awesome.
That was a 6-man football game. That was awesome.
That was awesome, and the fact that they had the other game on ESPN2 is catastrophic.
Yeah.
Because if that Sac State and
No one was.
Incarnate Word games on ESPN2, even more electric than it was.
I mean, it was already getting posted all over Twitter. Could you imagine if it was on ESPN too?
Exactly. And not in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I my heart goes out to anyone who took the under in that game.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens. We live and we learn. I mean, most people take the under in the Navy Army game, but why would you when it goes to overtime?
What was it, 18 years?
16.
16 years.
16 years since.
That's a long streak of unders.
Yeah, and that game was, I mean, we didn't watch a ton of it because, again, NCAA football's been flowing through the house right now.
Been taking over everything.
Like, after finals are over, like, shout out to school almost being over. But
Thank you, end of semester.
But this next week is going to be a lot of NCAA football.
Yeah.
But it's going to be road to glory now because
a lot of road to glory.
As we said earlier, can't play 2 players right now. So if anybody listening has an extra Xbox 360 controller, feel free to send it this way.
Yeah. We are accepting donations of 360 controllers.
We are. It's a low point for us, but we are doing it. Going forward, we're getting the FCS semifinals here. We got Incarnate Word going to North Dakota State. North Dakota State's favored by 8.5. The over/under set at 69.5.
I think the under will hit in that game.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I think so.
I've seen an NDSU put up points though.
Yeah, but I think NDSU will do a better job of stopping Incarnate Word.
Yeah, I think that'll be an interesting game. It'll really be, can Incarnate Word score enough points to where they can beat NDSU? I don't know. They're not going to stop them.
North Dakota State's going back to the national championship again.
We better hope so. And
It doesn't matter.
no, it doesn't. But in the other game, we got South Dakota State and Montana State. South Dakota State's favored by 6.5.
But Montana Sportsbet has it at 2.5.
I'm telling you what FanDuel has right now.
I know. I'm just saying that's such a big difference in our dinky little sports book.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and Montana State's money line is plus 220.
Throw all of your money at the neighbor's money line.
It's unfortunate to say, but I can't disagree with how they're playing.
I don't see why you
Billy,
wouldn't.
Bob, and Mary made a grave mistake by asking for our heated benches for their sideline.
Yeah, you got to know that anything maroon is not going to win in that stadium in the foreseeable future.
Mm-mm. No, it hasn't.
No.
Unless you can count
No,
Alabama's Crimson as maroon and they come in and play them, or Texas A&M maybe, but who knows if they beat them.
Texas A&M isn't beating them.
They can't even beat App State.
No.
I mean, Jimbo Fisher's a flawed coach, but we got a fun time of year coming around.
What's that?
Got bowl season coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love having random football games on during Christmas break at 10 in the morning.
The
You're-
Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl
Yeah,
is on Friday. And I think everyone's really got that marked on their calendars.
exactly. I mean, it's just fun to have some random games around, you know.
I mean, it's Alabama and Miami. That being said, it's Miami, Ohio, and UAB.
Yes.
But
Yes. And you know that is what it is, but I mean, UTSA and Troy will be it's a top 25 game, and Troy's favored by 1.5, which basically means since Troy is listed as a home team, they're favored by 1.5. Like, I think it's a pretty even split on that game.
give me the Roadrunners.
All right, meet.
I agree.
Give me the Roadrunners.
I'd agree. And like, if you're betting this game, I feel like you don't even take the spread because it means nothing. You just take a money line
I would take the over with
at 54.5.
Yep, University of Texas San Antonio. They've been putting up points all year long.
Yeah, and I think Troy could score the ball too, you know.
Yep.
And yeah, I'll take the over in that game for sure as well.
I mean, they've put up 44, 51, 41, 34, 48. So,
Mhm.
And if I'm looking at numbers based on this year, UTSA's quarterback has the stats that are good enough for a Heisman. So
Yeah, and well, I mean, pains me to do this because it doesn't feel like Caleb Williams should have won. But shout out Bryce for the bet. However,
I looked at
long
the
ago it was.
stats. I mean, give me Stenson Bennett all day in that, but I think Caleb Williams probably deserved to win it.
I agree. I thought he almost screwed himself with how he played, but
Yeah,
You
you
know?
can't lose to Utah twice, but I guess you can.
guess you can. He's not in the college football playoff though.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. That was the best part of his speech. It was the only part of his speech I ever actually heard. And Stenson Bennett laughing and smiling, and looking at the other two like, I'm going to beat the hell out of you two.
Hey, what about the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl?
Who you got in that one?
Give me Oregon State.
You got Oregon?
I don't think Florida deserves to play on the same field as the Beavers.
Dude, Dalton and I talked about this all year. And said
It was
this
week 2, and we would have put all of our money on Oregon State to go to the college football playoff.
I had them winning the Pac-12 after I watched them one time.
Yeah.
That's a great Oregon State team. They're the best team in Oregon. Undisputed Oregon State champs. And I think they're just going to roll over Florida. I think they might score 52.5 by themselves. Also, the only team to beat Montana State this year.
Which is that's a feat.
That's a feat that nobody else has got to this year.
Yeah, and nobody will get to this year.
No.
There's a bunch of other good games, though. I mean, the Keg and Nails rivalry game, Cincinnati, Louisville.
Yeah, and those games, they're going to be on the same sideline.
Which
it's
is
at Fenway, isn't it?
hilarious.
Yeah, it's at Fenway.
Absolutely hilarious. 2 teams on the same
And they're
sideline.
the same colors, so you're not going to know who's who from like a distance.
Some third string is going to walk to the wrong spot at some point.
Some concussed dude coming across the middle.
Some guy coming off of the kickoff return who just got his bell rung is going the wrong place.
And I'm here for it. I mean, 42.5 seems like a low over-under in that game. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I have not watched either of those.
But this
teams
is a
play.
Cincinnati without Luke Fickle anymore, which is
It is true.
important to highlight.
That is true. It makes me. I think if I would take Louisville because they're not coming off a new coach.
No.
They're not.
It's a pick'em game. I have it at
Yeah, I have it at 1.5
yeah,
on FanDuel.
I have it at half a point on
Yeah.
sports bet. So
Yeah, no, I think it'll be a good. That'll probably be one of the better games. That's a 9 a.m. kickoff, boys. That's real early.
Okay,
I'll
so
be watching that during graduation this weekend.
I just want to talk
let's
about
do it.
back to Oregon State really quick. You and I can both agree we thought their quarterback looked good at the beginning of this year, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions.
how many games did he play?
I don't know, but his backup had 900 yards, 7 touchdowns, and
But
8 interceptions.
their running, I think their running back had a big year, right? I think their running game's very good over there at Oregon State.
Yeah, they got a good little committee. One guy's got 970, and 2 other guys got 450.
Yeah.
450.
That makes up for it.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, throw away the records when the Fighting Methodists play the Fighting Mormons.
BYU, SMU. Who knows? Who knows? Exactly. Throw away the records. I'd probably take SMU. BYU though.
You never know
New
when one
defensive coordinator. Is he going to be there?
is he going to go on a mission and not coach the game? Who knows?
Exactly. Exactly. Weber State is about to go into the pit of just irrelevancy.
Can we talk about Sac State?
So fast.
They're going to lose both their quarterbacks.
You think so?
Stanford running a 2 QB system.
Now they might.
Sacs might look like a different team next year.
Scatterbo going to win the Heisman?
Is his GPA high enough, or does it matter?
I don't think it matters.
That's
There's
it.
no way GPA
They
matters.
have
At
like
Notre Dame. If
they-
this
they-
is Bryce's cop out about Notre Dame, so Stanford probably the same one. We can't recruit the best players because they don't get the best grades.
Yeah, that's why they go to
Right.
Colorado instead.
Yeah, Colorado's gonna be
7 and 6,
so good.
probably.
I bet that.
Let's mark it down in video right now. I bet Colorado wins under 8 games.
Next year?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that. I think 3 years from now they're a 10-win team.
I think Dion's at a different job in 10 years.
No, it's 3. I said 3 years they're a 10-win team.
You know what I meant.
So you think he's at a different job in 3 years?
I don't think he's staying around for 3 years.
They have at TCU next year. They're home against Nebraska, home against Colorado State, at Arizona State. They're at Oregon. They're at UCLA. They're at Utah, and they're at Washington State. They have 4 straight road games to end.
And his first Pac-12 game is against Arizona State. So right in the book already.
It doesn't matter.
Dude,
Arizona State's going to give you troubles from my Oregon fan experience.
I'm at the point where I'm just thinking, like, how many players on that team are going to hit the transfer portal, and what does it do? Like, there's going to be guys that just get stuck in the transfer portal. Like, there's going to be
The transfer portal is so ridiculously full of people who are sad because they didn't get a starting job in the first year. It makes me so mad.
dude, it's so frustrating, and like
People bounce between 3 different schools.
yeah,
Like JT Daniels,
yeah, he's
he's
gone
going
again.
everywhere.
Yeah, and then
He's a frequent flyer.
it's just frustrating, like, from a perspective of being in the locker room when, like, you think, like, you have an opportunity to advance, and then it's just this backup that didn't play at X, Y, and Z schools coming here
Yeah.
so he can play. And it's, like, diminishes a lot. I don't know. I feel like you don't need to recruit high schoolers anymore. You can just recruit the portal and you'll be fine.
There's that coach from Texas State that tried that said they weren't going to recruit any high schoolers, and he just got fired this year.
Well, in my
But-
experience, Texas State coaches are bums. So
Bums.
Whoa. Wrong, Texas.
Wrong Texas.
Texas.
that being said,
No.
okay,
No.
never mind. Fine.
No. North Texas and Boise State.
Give me those boys in green down in North Texas.
Yeah,
I'll take them in any sport, anytime.
They always seem to come, like, they win the bowl game.
That's
it
maybe my
seems.
March Madness team forever.
Fair. I mean,
Who's
then
playing in the Idaho Famous Potato Bowl?
I need to check that again. I can't remember.
Yep.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. That's next week.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was one of these.
No, we would talk about the Idaho.
Liberty and
Famous
Toledo
Potato
are playing in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl.
So are we just
Is that the full name?
Yeah.
gonna talk about all
I
the
just
material
love
we have for the next 2 weeks?
I just absolutely love ridiculous bowl names.
The Barn Burner Bets /Sports Bowl.
The RNL
could
Carriers
we
New
get?
Orleans Bowl.
What 2 flag football teams could we get to play in our bowl game?
I mean, who is Who's excited to get the hardware for the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl?
I think we should. We're
Should we
gonna
draft
we're
bowl
gonna
names?
improvise here.
Should we?
We're gonna do a draft of bowl games, boys. We're gonna
Okay.
do a little snake draft. First, I'll get the
Well, we'll get some.
before we,
AJ might have to edit a little bit while we're researching the bowl names.
A few moments later.
What's our draft
it's
order
the whole
here?
thing then. I got it. Name number 1. Oh, can we get to focus? Jacob's gonna be in the 1-1 slot. Remove. Pick number 2 is going to be
I could have used Tinkerbots for this.
Dalton. Dalton, you're 2.
I got 2.
You got 2.
Damn.
Let's see who's gonna be Bryce. Oh, Bryce is last.
That's fine.
So, Jacob, you get 1-1.
And it's not even a question here. It's going to be the Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl.
That's a good pick.
Not even
You
close.
got a good pick. If anyone didn't hear him, that was the Bad Boy Mowers what? Gasparilla Bowl. Who's playing in that? Or who played in that? When was the last time that was played? With the second overall pick, give me the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl presented by Stifle.
That was a great pick. Let me see. Gosh, I was struggling. I'm struggling here.
There's a lot of good
I just-
ones on the board.
I'm going with just the fact that this is the actual name. It's the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl.
That was so close for me.
Like-
I saw that. I saw that a little bit ago. and I was-
Roofclaim.com gets its own bowl game. There
It was
we
just
go.
a beautiful thing.
Bryce, you are up.
Oh, there's a lot of good ones. You know, nothing like the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
Like, I mean, I don't even know who's playing in it, but Louisiana and Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, electric.
Yeah, no,
Nothing like a mouthful to say the bowl name.
that's true. That's true. And then you get another one. You're up again.
Oh yeah.
Little snake draft action here.
Oh,
Until we're bored of it.
So we'll do 4 and we'll go from there.
nothing like the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl.
You took
Mm.
my pick. That's a good one.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
The Ducks are about to light it on fire.
I am with my second pick. I'm gonna take those Sabi Fenway Bowl.
Solid.
You know, never would have thought we'd see that bowl game out there, and I'm happy we did. Dalton, you would be up.
1 second. I was thinking about a couple, but I think that some of these are just a great combination of two very different things. It's a close decision, but I think I'm going to go with the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
Nice. Nice.
Good one.
I thought that was the one that Jacob said.
No, I think it's molded over the years. Wait, is
God.
that what Jacob said?
Oh, I have no
No.
idea. There's so many names added to it.
You guys clearly don't do your homework because in 1948, Nevada beat North Texas State in the first ever Salad Bowl.
Oh, that's...
And that is my pick, the Salad Bowl.
The Salad
You're-
Bowl is a
you're up
great
again.
pick.
Oh, I'm back up again. And this one's not even a question either. What's our favorite cereal in the pod?
Dang it.
What does everyone say?
Frosted Flakes, baby.
Frosted
Frosted
Flakes.
Flakes.
Give me the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. That
Nice.
is still going on.
The
today.
grand uncle of them all.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well done, sir.
Am I back up?
Back to
I'm
you
back up
already.
to bat. Oh, there's maybe too many good ones on here. I didn't look quick enough. There's some that I can't really pronounce that well, but there's one that I like to bring up a lot, and I always reference it a little bit wrong, but I love it. And that's the Bell Helicopter Armed Forces Bowl. I always say Bailey's Helicopters because I think of Step Brothers, but
That's fair. That's
my take.
fair. I'm gonna go with my third pick being the Duluth Trading Cure Bowl.
good pick. Good
No.
pick.
A versatile company showing what they can do. That's what you love to see.
Oh, if you guys aren't stealing my next one, you're missing out.
Bryce, you're up. You
I'm
got
gonna
your
say
last two picks.
I'm gonna say the bowl, and then I got a bone to pick with one of the other bowl names. My bowl that I'm picking, Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Classic.
Excellent.
You got
Excellent presence on Twitter.
Yes.
Excellent presence on Twitter.
the coach gets doused in mayo at the end of the
It's
game. It's a
spectacular.
classic.
Then my second pick. I'm gonna go. Ooh, we've said a lot of these already. I'm kind of proud of us.
There's so many good ones. It's
Famous.
just-
I'll go famous Idaho Potato Bowl
That's fair.
I was gonna-
on the
it's a good-
ugly Smurf turf.
It's a good player. Got to have him.
My issue is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, it's not the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl anymore.
No.
It's the VRBO Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah.
Absolutely despicable.
More money.
That's my bone that I had to pick.
More money.
Why?
Absolutely
More money,
despicable.
more problems.
The
Why?
Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, I think, is a staple of all of our childhoods and one
Hey.
that we love and hold very dear.
Yes.
We can play there in NCAA 14.
We can. So we will. Whose turn's
Uh,
it?
for-
Noah's up.
for my last pick, it's just a great matchup this year. It's a great matchup between South Alabama and Western Kentucky. The R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl.
It's a good one. It's a good pick.
You know,
Yeah.
it just sticks out to you. Bryce's been picking South Alabama quite a bit. It just stuck out, you know.
I would take the over in that one if we're throwing that out there.
One
Take
sec,
the
I
over.
definitely just lost the bowl name of the one I was going to pick, and I got to find it really quick.
Western Kentucky and South Alabama both
Over.
can put up points. Take
Um,
the over.
are we going to do an honorable mention after this? 'Cause
Yeah,
I think
you
I
get
got
an
one.
hon-
I
you
think
get
I
an
got one
honorable
more
mention.
that
I'm
I'd
gonna
like
do
to
an
throw
honorable
out
mention.
there.
Everybody gets an honorable mention.
Where do you? Okay, yeah, I found it. I'm gonna go with the Petersburg Bowl presented by Beef O'Brady's. That happened in 2009.
Nice, nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, I respect that.
Yeah, I think it's a good player to have on your team.
Yes. Jacob, your final pick.
With my final pick, I'm going to stick on the food train. In 1995 to 2006, we had what was known as the Wheat Bowl.
It's a good one.
It's not my
The Wheat
favorite,
Bowl.
but
It's simple. It's concise.
simple
It's
and
to the
elegant,
point.
yeah.
Some say that's second to the national championship.
Some say the winner of the Wheat Bowl should just play who wins the national championship.
Yeah, I think actually the BCS championship used to be the Wheat Bowl, if I'm
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my honorable. I mean, just throw out your honorable mentions whenever you got them. I mean, it's hard for me. I just think the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl is such a spectacle because of the production they put on.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
whenever you got like Big Cat calling a game, your bowl game goes up in my book. But
Yeah. I got two that I'd like to bring up for the honorable mention
Go
that I really thought about picking them. The first was just in 2015 to 2017. It was the Buffalo Wild Wings Citrus Bowl.
mm-hmm.
It's a good one. And the Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl.
Nice.
And that was in
Nice.
1990 to 1997.
That's like the opening weekend for college basketball. They have the Bad Boy Mowers
Yeah.
tournament. Makes absolutely
Like,
no
who's
sense.
buying all these lawnmowers that they get to sponsor a bowl game? Where's-
Fair. It's very fair.
Are we missing out on Is John Deere missing out on a John Deere Bowl? Because I feel like that's a really untapped market that they should.
You
get
know,
after.
John, you never know what John Deere's going to do next. It's a versatile pick to have. If you did a draft of John's,
It's a good pick to have, and
good
it's a
pick to
sleeper in the 7th round.
yes.
I don't know who would sit in their living room and do a draft of Johns for an
7
hour with their
rounds.
boys, but those guys are probably pretty cool.
Yeah, they could hang out with us, I think.
Yeah.
Bryce, you got any honorable mentions over there?
You know, this is one for this year. Is the Cricket Celebration Bowl?
Yeah, that
one.
that
one's
caught
in
my
there.
eye.
And then there was another one I was just kind of like looking at. The Easy Post Hawaii Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
Middle Tennessee versus San Diego
The
State.
Lending Tree Bowl.
The
I mean,
GoDaddy.com Bowl?
Oh, I miss it. The Outback Bowl's not a thing anymore either.
I don't think so.
I saw Jadeveon Clowney take his anger out on a man in that bowl game.
He did.
Speaking of Bad Boy Mowers, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl in Yankee Stadium.
Wow.
It's electric.
The PapaJohns.com Bowl, I think that something happened within that company and they don't get to sponsor bowl games
No,
anymore.
they no longer.
And he doesn't get to hang out with Peyton Manning anymore.
But great
either.
pizza. The Shakaroni, top notch.
Cheez-It. Shout out Cheez-It getting 2 bowls.
How's Cheez-It got 2 bowls?
Cheez-It Citrus Bowl and
'Cause
Cheez-It Bowl.
You guys,
they're making all the money off that commercial saying who wants to be the cheesiest.
yeah.
You know? And
But-
I want to be the cheesiest.
The Royal Purple Las Vegas Bowl. I don't know. Did the color purple sponsor the bowl or?
Who
Yeah.
owns the color purple? France.
I'd say somewhere in Minnesota.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
The Advocare V100 the Independence Bowl has they are sellouts. They will let anybody fork over the cash to have that name.
That is true. That is true. They've done quite a bit.
Yeah, they have no shame.
Dude, the Alamo Bowl.
I don't like thinking about the Alamo Bowl. Makes me think of Oregon losing a 38-10 lead.
Man,
Thanks,
Texas,
Vernon
the
Davis.
Visit Florida Tangerine Bowl.
they should just call the Alamo Bowl the Texas Longhorn Bowl because they're usually just sitting right there.
The Raisin Bowl.
The Raisin Bowl.
The Refrigerator Bowl. That
Dude,
one
there's
popped
just-
off after World War II.
There's just so many. There's so many. And
I know. I think we
did it.
just spent 10 minutes on that.
Yeah, I'm glad we did that.
Yeah.
Needed to happen. The Battle Frog Fiesta Bowl. Oh. Duck Commander Independence Bowl.
Dude, Duck Dynasty was such a big show. They got a fucking bowl. Oh, sorry, AJ.
You know, it's crazy. It is crazy how that happens. Duck Dynasty, those guys were the best. Shout out Sadie Robertson.
Shout out. Shout out.
I think she's newly pregnant and married, but fair. But you know,
All of those old bearded redneck men have the hottest women.
yeah, that's a fair point to make.
It's my favorite segue from anything I say is Noah just, it's a fair point.
we gotta keep the train moving.
Yeah, where are we going now?
Let's get back to some relevant
got to talk
sports
about?
topics after that. We'll clap it up for the bowl games draft.
Thank you, bowl game.
Thank you, bowl games. We will never take you for granted, bowl season. We never will, except every year. So interesting things going on in the NFL right now is that Week 15 now with all the new I think it was when the new agreement could go to more games. They started doing these Saturday games starting Week 15, and I think it's just an interesting idea. I don't hate it, but I feel like I don't know. I just think it's interesting they start the Saturday games already, and I don't know if it's truly necessary.
No part of me is ever going to complain about an extra day of football.
No, but it takes away from my son, takes away from the Red Zone channel on Sunday.
That's true. The Red Zone channel, everyone knows, is a little less fun when there's only about 3 games going on.
Exactly, and I don't know. I just find it interesting that they do it this early. It's nice for the players, I bet, because you get the extra day rest and all that. But I don't know. The only Saturday that makes sense to me is doing Christmas Eve instead of Christmas. That makes sense. Try not and do all the games Saturday so they don't have to play on Christmas except the one game or something. But I don't know. I just saw it. I saw that we had Saturday games coming up already, and I thought it was just an interesting topic.
I think, yeah. I don't usually hate them.
No.
When you're playing for a fantasy playoff spot, you care a little bit more because you kind of forget on that Saturday. But
Yeah.
when that playoff contention's at 100%, you just kind of glide the rest of the season.
Yeah. No. Being in the playoffs already is quite nice.
Yeah,
But
it really takes a lot of stress off.
being the best team in the league for 14 weeks has been a grind. But
I'm sorry, but one more. The Cheribundi Tart Cherry Boca Raton Bowl. And that will be my final.
there we
That'll
go.
be my final mention.
There we go. But there'll be some good Saturday games coming up next week at least. I mean, the Dolphins-Bills game will be interesting. The Browns-Ravens game. And the Colts-Vikings game will not be interesting.
Don't
But-
count them out.
I'm counting them out. I'm sorry.
The Colts could have an exciting game on any given week.
Yeah, but they'll be making it exciting for 3 quarters. Then Jeff Saturday forgets they have one more.
Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown, hammer it. That's the
Also-
only way they're scoring.
Also, the Vikings only ever win by 1 score, so it's probably going to be close anyway.
That's true. I don't think the Vikings are frauds by any means. It's an 11 o'clock game. They probably win by 14.
11 o'clock, Matt Ryan versus Kirk Cousins. The world will be watching.
Well, Matt Ryan doesn't play well at any time this year, so I don't know what difference it makes. But the Bills and the Dolphins will be a great game. I think that has something to do with the best segment on this show.
A great segue.
Great segue to the best
Furious
segment on the
pick.
show.
Do we have an overall of the Furious picks? That hasn't hit one yet.
Well, neither do we. So
That's
Yeah,
true.
we don't win either.
Well, Bills and Dolphins. Yeah, I'm gonna have a pick coming out of this one. We need a buzzer in this studio for guaranteed pick.
I think we should. I think that our guaranteed pick segment
Because
has
this
gone
is-
a little south.
No, because this is guaranteed.
okay. Before we get to this, I know his pick already. If you guys are gonna guarantee a pick, can we not have it be plus 700 or more? We've had 2
Oh,
guaranteed
what? Do you
picks.
want?
We've
Do
had
you
2
want?
guaranteed picks on this show.
Do you want me to
and
walk
one was
in
a
with
Kelly
the?
Olynyk First basket plus 1,000, and then we have this.
This is not plus 700. Watch your mouth. Both teams, the Bills and the Dolphins, score at least one touchdown in each half of this game, plus 250. If I were you, I would go straight to the FanDuel Sportsbook because this is guaranteed.
That's gonna absolutely blow when Tua has 20 yards passing at the end of the first quarter again.
To quote a guy named Frank,
The Dol-
Dolphins are dead.
The Dolphins are dead. The December dive has happened yet again for the Miami Dolphins,
Tua stinks. They need a quarterback.
and the Mets are gonna lose 162 games next season.
Shout out AJ.
Speaking of
Whoa.
AJ,
Yeah, speaking of AJ,
if we're gonna dog on him right here,
AJ,
we
I'm
might as
looking-
well continue to dog on him.
looking into this camera just to let you know.
AJ, I want you-
everything's gonna be okay, but this had to be talked about.
And AJ, I'm gonna look in this camera and let you know that this wasn't me. Noah put this on the script, but we gotta talk about it.
Now, before I get slaughtered here by my own coworkers, I just want it to be known that whatever NCAA 14 video game servers still exist, they suck. And for whatever reason, they had something against me on my birthday. So keep that in mind when you watch this next segment.
AJ stinks at NCAA football 14.
I think it needs to be discussed.
I mean,
He comes over, high and mighty, on his birthday.
also forgetting it's a guy's birthday while you're boat racing him in a game is kind of
You
disrespectful.
did not boat race him.
I might as well have.
Dalton, I've never seen an onside kick work. And with a minute left in the game, AJ's up, what, 4, 5, 6?
AJ's up 6. No, I
And-
think AJ's up 4.
And
We got to get some context here.
Dalton kicks the ball for like the 50th onside kick we've tried in the last 5 days.
After showboating on what should have been a kick return and throwing a pick right after and going down by 2 scores, I'm trying to make greatness happen.
And I've only ever seen an onside kick happen to AJ. This is what makes me think that maybe it's him.
Maybe there's a curse. The EA gods don't like him.
And the EA gods love Dalton when he's playing against AJ.
It's true. I'm doing some crazy things against AJ.
And Dalton kicks the onside kick. It hits AJ's guy square in the chest. Dalton gets the ball back. Goes down and scores with what? 20 seconds?
The minute I got that ball, the game was over.
Oh, 100%.
I was so confident. What?
And stop. And
That's unnecessary.
Dalton gets the ball and wins, and that brought AJ's record the 2 days he was over to 0-3 in the house. I beat him with Army. Dalton, you beat him with
Rutgers?
and
UNC, was it?
oh, it was UNC.
Yeah.
So
2 great football programs.
I just want it to be known that we will keep up on this. If AJ comes
Until he comes into our turf and wins a game on the sticks. AJ stinks.
Which might never happen.
he might not beat us. Might not beat us. At least Bryce gave me a good game. I was 10 beers deep and beat AJ by 14.
Why?
Why?
Why? And so I just felt like we need to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, you
know?
just throw it out into the universe. Just
Exactly.
let the people know that this guy is more focused on becoming the best center in the Big Sky than he is.
Sometimes you
video
you
game.
gotta throw something at a guy to get him to respond. You
Yeah.
know, see how he responds. Put him in the deep waters
Yeah.
and let him know.
Throw some adversity to a guy, see how he reacts.
And AJ loves adversity.
Yeah.
If we've known anything about AJ, he loves adversity.
And blocking people with the butt cheeks.
Dude, that was a great block.
Was a great block.
Shout out the dumper.
Shout out the dumper. RIP our chair that the dumper took down.
It's true.
What if he just cuts this all out?
He will.
It would be fair. It would be fair.
I wouldn't be mad.
Then going to a big Thursday night game this week, we got a chance for the 49ers to clinch the division against the Seattle Seahawks.
Brock
Brock Purdy just took down Tom Brady like it was back at Iowa State playing against the old Kansas team.
Brock Purdy didn't even take down Tom Brady. He put him in his place. He said, "Old man, your time is done."
Yeah. It was impressive.
That game wasn't close.
Ever.
Ever.
It was never in question.
Brock Purdy's just throwing passes just because he can.
Yeah.
And it's
No.
working.
And he's got the swagger you like. His swagger kind of reminds me of Baker Mayfield in a way.
Yeah.
Like, just like, I'm going to come in and sling the rock around, and it doesn't matter who I'm playing against, what defense it is, I'm going to do it.
What's he got to lose?
Nothing.
He's got nothing to lose, and he's playing like it. It's awesome.
And he's probably going to get traded after this season.
Yeah.
Because like they just have
There's-
no need for him.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But
But here's the thing:
I would rather have some dude that's playing lights out right now. Why would we trade him?
when
you're gonna trade him next year because when Trey Lance comes back, why would you need him? You
If he's
I-
better than Trey Lance,
no,
he would play Brock
I
Purdy.
want to put this into perspective too. I saw a graphic earlier, and it was the first 46 or 50 career passes of both of them, and Trey Lance's numbers are still better,
and like the thing is like you gave up
if
you-
not
you gave
extremely
up 3
comparable.
first-round picks for Trey Lance. You can't just not play him.
You gotta roll with the hot hand right now.
Well, no,
Yeah,
Trey Lance
yeah,
isn't.
yeah. You're gonna roll
a
with the hot.
49ers fan, and you think Trey Lance is playing right now?
You're
You
gonna
think
ro-
that's a question?
Want to know why you're gonna
Like, damn, I'm losing my spot.
Bryce? You want to
Purdy.
Bryce? You want to know why you're gonna roll with the hot hand right now? Because the hot hand is Brock Purdy, and your other option is Josh Johnson.
Exactly.
He's got a longer list of
Second
teams he's
that.
played for in the NFL than anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah. So
What'd you say?
don't give him any attention.
I didn't say it.
He's trying to say that he.
Do you think that
Disrespectful.
Brock
If
Purdy is
Brock
better
Purdy-
than Trey Lance?
If Brock Purdy plays lights out the rest of the year and in the playoffs, you're telling me you want to trade him?
You still well then you have potential of getting the picks you gave up for Trey Lance back. The thing is you can't just get rid of Trey Lance. You have given up
I
too
didn't
much
say you
capital.
need to get rid of Trey Lance.
No, you're implying it though.
You
You're-
are.
You're
I'm
saying
saying
that you
you-
don't
you're
like
saying
him.
he shouldn't play.
We go into next year with 2 quarterbacks, and we say whoever's better wins, gets the job.
That's not how that's going to work. I'm telling you that right now. It's just not how that's going to work. In the NFL, if you give up that much for one player, he's going to play.
Yeah.
Like,
The ceiling is the roof with Trey Lance, and it's high.
is it?
Yes. No matter what you say, Trey Lance has a bigger arm than Brock Purdy does.
True.
He's more athletic.
True.
He's taller.
Shout out to our short kings everywhere.
Shout out to our short kings everywhere.
You know.
That was unnecessary.
I've been catching straight. For
But
It's out of context for anyone listening. They don't understand. They don't have to.
with this division game, the second time around with the Seahawks in Seattle, this is the second quarterback to play against the Seahawks this year
Here's
for the 49ers.
technically it's the third. Trey Lance did play the first quarter of that game, and might I add, he had 2 drives that game. I think 140 total yards.
That is true. That is true.
But-
Good point.
It's reminiscent of 2019. They're wearing the white throwbacks, and they're gonna go clinch the division against Seattle.
I just hope it doesn't come down to the last second play and a tackle.
If it comes down
5-yard
to
line.
if it comes down to Drake Greenlaw smacking a guy at the goal line again with an inch to spare, fine by me. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
want to
good
win the
with that.
game.
I would just prefer, we take care of business like we did in the first half, and it's just.
I will not think that there's a team that will beat the 49ers until I watch a team play well against that defense.
That's fair. That defense is so good. So good. And I don't know. I think Geno Smith is he's kind of like just plateaued. He hasn't fallen down. Like, he hasn't taken a step back.
He hasn't played worse, but
No, he hasn't played worse, but he's definitely plateaued to where he's at, which is a good thing to do. But eventually, I think it's not going to raise up again. I think it's either going to go down or.
I think that the Seahawks start off very hot at the beginning of the season. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and I do think, like, Pete Carroll still has a valid argument for being coach of the year. I do think.
I think that Kyle Shanahan has a valid argument for being that too, and nobody's talking about him.
Now he does for sure. You're on your third quarter, like even with Jimmy G before.
Yeah.
But like you're on your third quarterback now, and you're still probably gonna win out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think he's got a really good argument about it. I don't know. Let's see if they have odds for coach of the year.
I'd say that
Oh, Sirianni,
Sirianni. Yeah, I was gonna say
Dan
they're
Campbell,
Sirianni's probably gonna get it. Dan Campbell should after
Bob Sala.
the Lions keep winning, that Dan Campbell will be in there.
Dude, they don't even have. They have Kyle Shanahan at plus 4,000 right now. Him and Pete Carroll, for that matter.
Pete
But-
Carroll's plus 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Sirianni's minus 350, which is very. I think he's gonna win it. He should.
They should.
But it's like thing with that is like the Eagles have been so good where you kind of forget about them.
Also, the Texans, the Cowboys just go from absolutely demolishing the Colts to almost losing to the Texans.
It's the one of the things that never fails in this life is
The Cowboys being good, and then
the Cowboys showing
everyone
how
realized the
great
Cowboys
they
are bad.
are, and then they play against the terrible team and they just can't bury them.
Yeah.
They just want to keep it close, keep it interesting. They win usually,
I just don't think
I
they're
don't
good.
know. It's frustrating.
Never will.
It's hard to watch. You can't trust them. I mean, and it's gonna be. I think the Eagles will be interesting. Like after last year being one and done at home, they're kind of in the same situation. They're at home. They're gonna be at home. they're probably going to play like a team like Tampa Bay or the Falcons or whoever gets out of that division.
I just don't think that they're built to play really good in the regular season. I don't think they're built to win the playoffs.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just think it'll be interesting to see if like what has changed, if anything has changed.
Can we talk about how the Ravens are just drafting Lamar Jackson replicas over and over again?
It makes sense though. Like teams need to do this more often is draft the same type of quarterback or have your backup be the same type of quarterback as your
I
starter.
just think it's hilarious that every time one of them gets hurt, I look and I'm like,
Same kind of player.
yeah,
It's like
it's good to have the same guy in the system over and over again.
Yeah.
Because your team's going to play the same.
yeah, like that's one thing. Like if you're gonna have like a running quarterback like that, and like that's your identity is like you want your quarterback to run the ball. Like you have to have that throughout.
Like not every team's going from Trey Lance to Jimmy G to Brock Purdy right
No,
away.
and you can't go from Lamar Jackson to a guy like Bailey Zappi.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
That's why Trace McSorley doesn't have that job anymore.
Exactly, and so, and he kind of fits like the same kind of model as Kyler Murray does. Like he'll scramble around and throw it.
Yeah.
And like, that's why it makes sense of him in Arizona too.
Yeah.
Like Trace McSorley, that is. It's like I just don't understand teams that will not have the same. Like they have to change their whole scheme for.
Yeah, because if your guy goes down, you're gonna have to change everything.
Yeah, it blows my
But somehow you're still at top of the NFC West.
mind. I mean,
Boat racing teams every Sunday and Thursday.
well, you don't need
Why?
you don't need a quarterback on that team.
I could play quarterback.
Exactly.
I could go in right now and hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey.
And George Kittle will block too.
Oh, I thought that you were about to go in to Debo because
I was.
people are overreacting about certain things.
He's an idiot. Oh. Okay.
For what? Running a touchdown on other top of the world athletes?
But anyways,
Cameraman getting in the way, maybe stepping over
so
him a little bit.
the spread of the 49ers game, the 49ers are -3.5. The over-under's at 43.5.
Give me the under. Give me
Really?
the Niners line.
Taking the under, huh?
Yeah.
Fair. I would almost alternate spread it and take the Niners -7.5. I think
Fair.
they're gonna win by 2 scores.
Seahawks might not score.
I don't know how they will. I really don't.
Oh, well, actually, I'll tell you exactly how they will. It's called Tyler Lockett just doing what he's done his whole career for one play.
It's true. It's a very possible point. But I just think I think the 49ers are too much for the Seahawks.
Well, and the Seahawks,
now.
the 49ers run defense is so good. And what's his first name?
Travis Homer.
Yeah, Travis Homer's starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think Kenneth Walker's playing.
I don't think
Kenneth
I don't know if
Walker's
he's
not
back.
playing.
DJ Dow, and like it's a quick turnaround is the thing. Like,
And DJ, those two aren't bad, but
but they're both hurt.
yeah.
DJ Dallas is hurt, and
Oh,
Kenneth
DJ
Walker.
Dallas
They're
is hurt.
both out. So I think I saw something that said Travis Homer had 90% of the backfield reps.
Oh, yeah, and they're going to have to throw the ball to beat the Niners and
I just hope they throw it to Travis Homer.
a little fantasy.
A little fancy action there.
Fantasy bias.
But yeah, I do think that the 49ers might just manhandle this game and win the division.
I'll take
And-
the 49ers -3.5. I might alt spread it like you said. I think they're going to win by a touchdown at least.
Yeah, and it'll be an interesting game. I think like anytime those two teams meet in the division, it seems like Pete Carroll gives a good.
They
the
always
teams
will.
get a good performance, give a good fight, and I think that'll make it interesting.
No matter what, they
but,
always will. The
Um,
Seahawks are always destined.
I do think it's very interesting. Like if you look at, I think where are the Seahawks at here? The Seahawks to make the playoffs are still like they're still -142 to make the playoffs, which
I
is
just don't think they're going to.
I don't think so either. But I don't know, and I think the Lions, like Bryce said last week, is like a great value pick right now. So I think they're +300 today to make the
I think
playoffs.
they're
Dude,
+2,000
dude.
last week or something.
That's what you get for betting against the Lions and betting on the Vikings.
The brand new.
The Lions to make the playoffs are +270 right now.
I would
That's a
still
good
take that.
They might not lose another game.
That's just about the same as the Patriots.
I think if they get past the Jets this week, I think they have it's like the Bears, Packers, and they have somebody else.
I'd almost go to say right now, I'm sorry, Cameron, but I think the Lions are definitely going to beat the Jets. I think
Dude,
the Jets are falling off
poor Mike White, dude. That guy's a dog playing through what he did yesterday.
with most likely broken ribs, maybe a punctured lung, getting back on the field, leaving
Yeah.
in an ambulance.
Yeah, and like finishing the game, then just heading out in the ambulance. I mean,
Was Zach Wilson dressed out?
no. they've been Joe Flacco has been. Joe Flacco came in for one play and fumbled.
Oh, poor footsteps.
Yeah. Everybody's seeing ghosts on that Jets team, no matter who the quarterback is. So
Yeah, there's a curse.
there is a curse.
There's a curse for sure.
There is a curse. Bryce, you got what bet for tonight?
Oh, for the Arizona New England game?
Any game, random bet. You got one?
Oh, a random bet?
Yeah.
I would take D-Hop anytime touchdown. When it comes to the NBA,
Keeps
though,
going
'cause I
back
feel
to
like
that.
we got to throw. I feel like we got to throw in an NBA here every once in a
Guaranteed
while.
first score.
I really cannot do that. Unlike you, I don't have the. I would go Luca plus 32 plus points for minus 118.
I will go Luca 32 under points.
Yeah, go ahead. You can
Okay.
do it. Hit it. I just was doing the 32 plus, but I can find that over under for you.
Yeah, no,
Look, over under is 31 and a half.
Yep,
So.
give me the under.
I got Hunter Henry anytime touchdown plus 340.
Ooh.
Give me James Conner anytime touchdown. I don't know what it is.
Minus 105.
Oh.
And if I had to pick a first touchdown score,
Give me James Conner 2 touchdowns.
give me the New England defense plus 2,900. Sorry, can't read.
And that is a barn burner bets guarantee, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it is not. If I was going to guarantee a first touchdown score, I wouldn't do it.
The can't
I'll take
lose parlay.
The Pats plus minus 2.5 too.
I sure hope so. Hey, the
I think
Pats
they're
win
gonna-
today. We're in the playoff.
I think they
picture.
get this. The Cardinals are sliding. They want to get rid of their coach.
You're saying the locker room's giving up on Cliff Kingsbury?
Yes.
I'd hope so.
All right. Well, any last words, boys?
Go Grizz.
What, the men's basketball team?
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, we Gonzaga next week.
so we're gonna lose
so
by
we're gonna lose
100.
Yeah.
Where's that
Listen,
spread?
I will take the spread for that. If you guys are gonna set it as Gonzaga minus 100, I will take that
When do we play Gonzaga?
next week. It's the 20th. Listen, I didn't say we were gonna.
You telling me that ghoulish Josh Bannon's gonna guard Drew Timmy?
So Gonzaga. This is Gonzaga versus Northern Illinois this week is minus 32.5. If I give you that same spread for the Grizz, would you take the Grizz still? I'll give you 32.5 points.
No, I get the under though. I think that the under for the total of the game. That if I were to make a bet on the Grizz Gonzaga game, I would do the total.
Why?
under.
We turn the ball over so much
Wait,
and give up
I
late.
do
I
want
would
to. I
do
do
the
want to point out
total under.
what is his name? Brandon Whitney.
Yeah,
He's been playing very well.
he's 18 for 22 the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's been playing very well
No,
Against who?
against NDSU.
and
Who?
South Dakota State, a
Oh,
tournament team.
Good thing that we. Oh, did we beat South Dakota State as well,
We
right?
beat them by 20.
Good thing we can beat them in something.
Yeah, it's not like a mountain not like small school college basketball teams change so much year to year that you go from a tournament team to be really bad. That can't happen.
I mean, based off of the program that I made, South Dakota State was the best team in the country last year. And nothing predicted games more accurately than my sports analytics program.
That might be a false claim, but that being said, Purdue to win the national championship, whatever those odds are,
Why?
because they killed Duke, and I think they might be very good.
Does Purdue? Was it Purdue that had that guy that was just gigantic?
Yeah, and he's still,
He's still
there.
there.
He bullied Duke.
I'd hope so.
Bullied Duke.
If I was that big, I'd hope I bullied. Guys, it's still football season. Let's not get
It
too
is
ahead
still
of ourselves
football
here.
season. I mean, we can bore ourselves with basketball talk here anytime soon.
Yeah.
So let's cherish.
Let's
what we
save.
have.
Let's save that for
Let's-
late February.
Let's cherish what we have left here. We have a great football season ahead still. I don't know why Bryce already checked out of football season. His team's going to make the playoffs, actually.
Actually,
I'm not checked out.
that
I
team's
just
not going to
watch
lose.
the hoops.
The Niners are not going to lose another game in the regular season.
Yeah. I mean, it's your weekly reminder from Dalton. They're never going to lose again.
Yeah.
So, but Bryce is more of a basketball guy. So go Lakers, huh, Bryce?
Yeah, we're gonna go get Bogdanovich, and we're gonna get all of them.
And Zion Williamson is a top 10 player in the NBA.
No,
He's top 3.
let's give him a whole season first before we start.
We have
an entire season of health.
what, the 61 game season he had where he averaged 27.
I want to see it
He
again.
plays more than Kawhi.
He
I
does.
hope that you know
Kawhi's
that
a bum.
yes, thank you. You know that I think that, Noah.
You probably think Kawhi's top 3 player in the NBA.
I do not.
You do? You think Kawhi is a top 3 player in the NBA right now? because I know that
He's not.
Lonzo Ball, Steph Curry,
Zion.
and Mason and/or Miles Plumlee are both still in the NBA.
Mason's a dog. He had a
Miles
left-handed
Plumlee,
shot
Miles
the other
Plumlee
day.
not in the NBA anymore?
No, he was gone a while ago.
Mason's a dog.
Mason's a dog.
I couldn't remember which one it was. I'm not gonna lie.
Mason decided to go Larry Bird, and he's going to play the game left-handed.
Why not? Worked for Larry. Worked for me.
All right. Well, that is episode
Okay, let's
5.
end this episode here.
That is episode 5. We will see you guys next week.
Goodbye.